Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, and welcome back to this next video. And this is the second video on the primary hemostasis. In the previous video, I've told you that primary hemostasis is actually the formation of a weak platelet plug, which is achieved in 4 phases. And I've told you that the 4 phases, they are known as the vasoconstriction, the platelet adhesion, the platelet activation and degranulation, and the platelet aggregation. Now, in the last video, I focused on the vasoconstriction, which is actually the process when the muscles around the blood vessels, they tighten to make the space inside smaller. And I gave you a detail how this process of the vasoconstriction that works, utilizing the endothelin, the nitric oxide, and the prostacyclin. Now, in this particular video, I want to focus on the platelet adhesion. That what is platelet adhesion? Now, as I've told you in the previous video, that in normal condition, the concentration of the nitric oxide and the prostacyclins, which are actually the vasodilators, they are responsible for the relaxation of the blood vessel and the blood flow smoothly in the blood vessel. At the same time, the high concentration of the nitric oxide and the prostacyclin, they are responsible for the inhibition of the platelet activation. But when there is damage to the blood vessel, what I mean by damage to the blood vessel is that when you talk about the normal blood vessel, in this particular muscle cells, these muscles you can see over here. Here is the sub-endothelial collagen. Collagen is a very important polymer, protein polymer, which is providing structural strength to these smooth muscle cells. So in the normal blood vessel, this sub-endothelial collagen, it is not in the exposed form. That is present on the interior of the blood vessel. But when there is a damage to the blood vessel, this sub-endothelial collagen, it get exposed. And when the sub-endothelial collagen get exposed, it is a sign that the primary hemostasis should be initiated, because now there is damage to the blood vessel. Now, when you talk about this platelet adhesion, in platelet adhesion, what happens is that the platelets, they are going to interact with this exposed collagen, this exposed sub-endothelial collagen, to start the process of the primary hemostasis Now, what happens is that these platelets, they bind directly to the exposed collagen. As I've told you that when there is damage to the blood vessels, the collagen get exposed, and the platelets, they are going to directly bind to this collagen. How these platelet binds? They utilize 2 of the major receptors. So there are 2 major receptors present on the surface of these platelets. One is known as the integrin A2B1, and the other one that is known as the glycoprotein 6. So the platelet utilize these 2 receptors to bind to the exposed collagen. At the same time, there are also other glycoproteins which are responsible for binding to the damaged blood vessel. One of the important complex that is known as the GPIb-V-IX receptor complex. Now, what this complex do, it is going to bind to the Willebrand Factor, and when the GPIb-V-IX receptor complex, it bind to the Willebrand factors, they are actually responsible for the platelet adhesion to the blood vessels. So these 2 things, the integrin A2B1 and the glycoprotein, they are actually binding to the collagen, but this particular complex, which is also present on the platelets, they are responsible for binding to the von Willebrand factor. So by these 2 mechanisms, the platelets, they are going to adhere to the damaged blood vessel. So if you like the video, please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and share it with your friends. And in the next video, I'll be talking about the 3rd step in the primary hemostasis, which is the platelet activation and the degranulation.